You know that feeling, right? That constant grind. It's exhausting, isn't it? You're always thinking about money, always stressed, and you feel like if you take even one day off, the whole house of cards is going to come tumbling down.
Yeah, I thought so. That feeling of burnout, the constant low-level anxiety, that fear that you're just running on a hamster wheel that's about to break. Well, what if I told you there's another way? A better way to build real wealth, one that doesn't cost you your health and your happiness.
Okay, let's break this down. There's this myth out there that building wealth means working 80-hour weeks and sacrificing absolutely everything. That's the grinding harder path, and it leads straight to burnout. But the people who actually succeed long-term, they're on the working smarter path. They build systems, they use automation, and they create sustainable wealth without the constant stress.
So how do we do it? Well, today we're going to walk through a 5-step blueprint. We'll start by shifting our mindset. Then we'll map out a concrete plan, build an automation engine, create a financial safety net, and finally, put our money to work for us.
First up, and this is probably the most important part, it all starts right here, between your ears. Your mindset is the foundation for everything. Now, this slide is huge. Most of us are taught to have a scarcity mindset. It's all about cutting back, saying no, worrying about every penny. It's a life of restriction. But the shift we need to make is to an abundance mindset. Instead of asking, how can I save more? The question becomes, how can I earn more? You stop focusing on what you have to give up and start focusing on what you can build. It's a total game changer.
Okay, so we've got the mindset right. Now let's get practical. Hoping to be rich someday isn't a plan. It's a daydream. We need a real blueprint to take control of our finances.
And it's actually a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you have to get super specific. What does financial freedom actually look like for you? Write it down. Second, work backwards. Do the math to figure out what you need to put away to hit that number. And third, create a spending plan. Yep, a budget that tells your money exactly where to go.
And I know what you might be thinking when you hear the word budget. Ugh, but trust me on this. A budget is not a cage. It is the key to your freedom. It's what gets rid of that nagging anxiety of, where did all my money go? When you're in control, you can finally relax. It's a massive weight off your shoulders.
All right, now for my favorite part. This is the secret sauce. This is where we build the engine that does all the heavy lifting for us so we don't have to rely on willpower.
This quote says it all. Willpower is fragile. It runs out. You can have the best intentions in the world, but after a long, hard day, it's easy to make a bad decision. Automation, on the other hand, never gets tired. It never has a bad day. It just works. Every single time.
So here's how it works in the real world. Your paycheck hits your account, but before you can even think about it, bam, the system kicks in. An automatic transfer sends money to your savings. Another one sends money to your retirement account. Another one zips over to your investments. It all happens before you can spend a dime. The money that's left over, that's yours to live on, totally guilt-free. Now, that might not sound like much week to week, but let's look at the long-term impact. After just 5 years of this system running quietly in the background, you've built a serious war chest. We're talking a huge chunk in savings and an even bigger pile in investments, all without you having to lift a finger. It's incredible. Okay, but hold on. Before we go all out on offense, we absolutely have to build our defense. Life is unpredictable. You need a fortress to protect your financial plan from getting derailed. And that fortress has 2 main walls. The first is your emergency fund. Start by getting a quick $2,000 saved up, then build it to cover 3 months of your essential living expenses. The second wall is getting rid of high-interest debt, like credit cards. Use the debt avalanche method. Focus all your extra cash on the debt with the highest interest rate first. It's the fastest way to get free.
If you need a little motivation to tackle that debt, just look at this number. That's how much interest a typical $5,000 credit card balance will cost you over 5 years. $2,800. That's money you literally set on fire that could have been working for you. It's a wealth-destroying machine.
And let's be really clear about the emergency fund. Its real power is that it buys you peace of mind. It's what stops you from having to sell your investments at the worst possible time or go into deep debt when your car breaks down. It's your sleep well at night fund.
All right, our defense is solid, our system is running on autopilot, now we get to play offense. This is the fun part, where we let our money start making money for us.
The secret weapon here is compound interest. You can think of it like a tiny snowball at the top of a really, really long hill. At first, it moves slowly, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, getting bigger and faster until it becomes an unstoppable financial avalanche. That's what happens when your investment returns start earning their own returns.
And if you don't think time matters, look at this chart. That single decision to wait 10 years to invest the exact same amount of money literally cuts your future wealth almost in half. A 10-year delay costs you thousands and thousands of dollars. Time is your most valuable asset.
So what do we invest in? Well, you don't need to be a Wall Street genius. You can start with simple things like index funds. They're kind of boring, but they consistently win over the long run. Or you can look at dividend stocks, where companies literally pay you just to own a piece of them. Or even real estate. The point is to own assets that generate income without you having to trade your time for it. And as your wealth grows, you've got to protect it. That means diversifying. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And you need to be smart about taxes. Use accounts like 401ks and IRAs to let your money grow in a tax-sheltered environment. It makes a massive difference over time. Okay, let's bring this all home. What we've just laid out isn't a get-rich-quick fantasy. It's a calm, consistent, and automatic system for building real, sustainable wealth without torching your life in the process.
Here it is, the entire playbook on one slide. You set a clear goal. You build an automation engine to do the work. You erect a financial fortress to protect yourself. You let the magic of compounding build your wealth, and then, this is the most important part, you go live your life.
Look, building wealth this way is a marathon, not a sprint. The whole point of this system is to free up your time and your mental energy from constantly worrying about money. So the final question isn't about your net worth. It's about what you're going to do with your freedom. With this financial engine running in the background, what will you focus on now? The choice is finally yours.